This is what everybody does all week anyway.
Oh crap, we're live, guys. I forgot to do the intro.
What's up?
I'm very distracted. So I just hit the second pick. I'm just going to give a quick synopsis of what's going on, and then we'll say hello to everybody. I apologize. I'm very unprofessional.
We're on the fly.
Per usual. So we have a chance at either Indiana Jones con sticker, which I think is like a $400 pop, or Ezra con sticker, because we get the second pick. So it's going to be one of those.
You pulling it up, Josh? We got to let everybody watch.
I know.
I don't have a clue how to pull it up.
Here, I'll pull it up.
Pull it up, and then we'll see.
I'll say hello to everybody.
Yes, thank you, John.
What's up, Dave? Steven is here. Jeremy is here. Gator 42K. What's going on, brother? Cross Save is here.
Share my screen, Vince.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Perfect. Perfect.
All right.
I'd like to show you everything. You can buy that. You're so silly. All right. Spot number 1 for J Navo Toys. Poppin Duo,
James
you
got
are up
first
next.
Oh.
Ezra.
I figured that was coming.
All right.
What's up, Lucy?
Only 1,000 from San Diego Comic-Con.
Look at that.
Let me say thank you, because that is pretty amazing. You know, okay, guys, you got a quick little glimpse. Listen, I have a mystery box problem. I don't know if anybody knows this, but
we couldn't tell by your channel or anything.
Okay, listen, all Disney boxes, right? 100 boxes. So chances are not good. 1 in 20 chance, right?
That's not bad, actually. That's good.
Wait,
no, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
Did you just get the Ezra?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
$22. I ended up buying 2. That was the first box. So I bought 1 box for, I think, $25. I got it on the first box. Got one of the grails. And you don't find out till the end what order you pick in. But then I bought 2 more, and I got decent pops. They had decent all Disney pops, so I mean that's always good.
That's right up
They honestly do pretty good mystery boxes. They always have some good hits. Their pops are not garbage for the most part in the boxes, and wow, I'm actually really excited. And then I just seen the Lions just got another touchdown, I believe. What a night, guys!
Night.
I'm sorry, this is not the Vince show. I apologize to everybody. I am going to pay attention to everybody in here. John, I think you already started saying hello to everybody. I will say hello
there
as
was
well.
A lot of people I missed. So
okay, let me go back through here. I just got my phone was dying, so let's do this the right way. I'm sorry, no intro. Like it's awful when it's on my
over. Ready? Play the intro right now. We'll just start over from the beginning.
Josh, man, I wish I knew I could do it. How to do that, but I did put some slides together tonight. I was very proud of myself. I did some Google slides for everybody. They're probably not that good, but you know what? I tried really hard. So, guys, welcome in Mr. Venom, Pop Funko UK, David Brewer, Chris Went, Jeremy, Piku, Zuno, Paul. How are you doing? Sam, hello. Lucy, hello. Macklin. I see you dropping the bombs over here. Thank you. Like our bombs, not like F bombs or anything like that. The appropriate bombs for our channel.
Family-friendly bombs.
Family-friendly bombs. Michael at Funko 411. We opened up one of his boxes in our video today. So guys, we will talk with the chat as we move along here. How has everybody's week been?
It's been wild.
Good.
Definitely
crappy.
Good. Yeah, it's been good.
Been an alright week, kind of normal.
Is it a bit better, worse than normal?
Kind of normal.
Slightly worse. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say my week's pretty much sucked until tonight.
Last
20 way to end of the week. I mean,
tonight got pretty amazing. Like this was the best mystery box pull, and you guys got to kind of see that in the last probably 3 months. My Lions are
for what you paid. That was an awesome mystery box pull.
Yeah, like $25, and Bree's gonna be ecstatic.
Mr. Venom just picked up all the Peanuts Halloween pops on Macari today. That's a good day.
That is a great pickup. Yeah, that is a great pickup. We actually have all of our we plan on doing a video for Halloween section because we got all of our Halloween stuff's been up for like 3 weeks already. Believe it or not, we're kind of weird in this household.
No, that's okay. You got a bunch of member super chats here.
Yes, Chris. Thank you. I forgot what the green thing meant.
They pop up at least now.
Yeah,
they pop up, and I forget what that is. You know what I mean? I forget.
Chris just signed up as a new member, and Jetman has been a member for 8 months.
How did I skip past all this?
No, it happens quick. The chat it scrolls through.
I'm gonna
Guys,
make
thank you
some
so
sound
much.
effects for you, Vince.
Wow. Wow. Josh, I
All right,
appreciate that because that is one thing I did not figure out this week is how to do the sound effects and how to do any kind of cool music. I was happy that I put together a few slides, so I'm going to consider that like a win for me. Did you guys pick anything up this week?
Oh, did we pick anything? I feel
any
like
mystery boxes, any pops? Did you guys get anything exciting in?
I feel like we get stuff in every day, but sometimes I just like forget. Well, we have to track down. Joanna bought a Loungefly bag from the Funko shop that.
Oh, which one?
Got lost in the mail, unfortunately. So we have to track that down. I don't remember which one it was. What did I get? I'm still waiting on my X-Men coolers.
So are we. We have not received ours.
I think tomorrow. I think I'm getting mine tomorrow. I think when I last checked.
I got to track. I don't.
A bunch of sodas. That's my first thing that shipped. The other stuff hasn't shipped yet from.
Oh, that's right. Joanna bought the Halloween Lisa Frank bag. How could I forget?
Okay.
Ooh.
Pretty awesome. Well, I think I also have a pretty big Freddy on the way. I'm not going to reveal it, but
can you tell us a genre or no? Is that too much information?
Yeah, it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. So.
Well, John, you're only missing like 2 Star Wars ones, so. I mean, it's either this one or that one. I won't ruin it. But I believe, aren't you just missing 2?
For the most part, yeah.
No, there's like 3.
Maybe 3.
I'm not getting the holographic one. That's too expensive. So
okay. So yeah, then hey, congrats.
You'll see it. You see it in an unboxing in like 6 months. So
yeah, I can appreciate that because we did our couple videos and. We have not shot a video. The 2 videos that came out this week, and we missed our Saturday video, which was horrible on our part. But we did not shoot any videos since Bree had got back. So yeah, those 2 that came out this week, we just opened. So it feels like we haven't opened anything in 3 weeks. David, thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Dave. I gotta go.
I'm gonna drink up in spirit. Because I don't have a drink down here.
Gator grabbed a Peter Pan cooler during the sale. Honestly, that was very wise of you to do that.
I picked up another one as well.
$50 for that cooler is a steal. Absolute steal.
So many steals. A lot of good steals on there.
I picked up so we did just get in our sale order. So I rip a Oogie Boogie 3-liter in tomorrow's soda short. And I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed with the detail on it. Still not in love with it. I don't think we're gonna keep it because it's too big, but I like the detail. So.
John, I'm kind of with you on that one. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Yeah. And I said it in our video when we opened ours too. I don't like the ones and I've said it on here, I think, numerous times at this point, but I don't like the little sodas that they blow up into the 3 liters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of them have been so amazing and look so detailed and awesome. Like the Hulk.
Like Willy Wonka coming up.
Willy Wonka does.
There's just so many other characters they could do, like Optimus Prime, like Hulkbuster. Like there's endless.
Even if they did Oogie, I would be okay if they did Oogie Boogie, but do it in the way that they did like Maui. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have done something really stylized and completely different than
or just do it different. Like I feel like that was the saving grace for the Darth Vader because they gave it such a different chase. So people are going after that one. So.
Johan, yes, welcome in. Always love when people come in new.
Yeah.
But I love all the older people as well. By older people, I don't mean by age. I mean the people that have been in here for
seasoned
years now. Yes.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I really bought much this week. Like the only thing I bought a couple NFT packs to open for it because it's almost time for it's the next one to be redeemed, and I want to complete that one. I pulled the Grail already. That was early on. I pulled the Grail.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I pulled one more legendary, and I pulled some more epic. So I'm almost might buy a pack or two more just to try, and then from then on, just gonna buy the rest to get the redeemable.
So Holly has a great comment here. She said, if they're going to do a 3-liter from already existing sodas, they should do Godzilla or Kong. That's very smart.
Holly, fantastic perspective there, because I think that especially Godzilla, I think Godzilla is one of the best.
Godzilla would sell awesome. I think
Kong they did okay, but Godzilla was amazing as the soda.
And Mr. Venom also brings up a really good point that I hadn't even thought of. He says, I love the idea of a 3-liter Willy Wonka to put all the regular 4-inch Oompa Loompas around it. That's actually pretty killer.
Oh.
I didn't think of that.
See, yeah, you know what? Funko is playing chess and we're playing checkers over here, all complaining about Willy Wonka. It actually makes sense. Make Willy Wonka big, and then wow, yeah, that is a good. That's just
going to make the price of the Oompa Loompa sodas go up, which I feel like it's already going up because we stopped getting them in collections and people are asking about them. So people want.
It's kind of interesting how some of the sodas just dry up and go away, you know.
But it makes sense though, and that's why, like, when anybody doubts the piece counts or the production runs that Funko makes, I'm like, no, they're real, because if they weren't real, you'd be seeing the same stuff on shelves in every store. You'd be seeing the same stuff come in weekly to anybody who buys collections, and we don't. We see very different stuff almost every.
I think Godzilla is a great example of that one.
Yeah, Godzilla dried up quick too.
Yeah.
Paul says should have done a Statue of Liberty 3-liter for NYCC. With the Marvel version with Cap Shield.
Yeah, with the copper.
Ace. Oh.
Or it could have been the Freddy version of Statue of Liberty.
I honestly, the Freddy version, yeah, I would have bought that. Where's the regular Freddy 3-liter? Come on.
Yeah, some of that stuff. So, guys, I'm going to bring up some of the slides because there's some topics that I want to get to. And I'd like to get your guys' opinion because there was a couple. I'm going to start with a couple Funkoween drops. You know, I feel like Funkoween. Oh, look at me. I kind of did this halfway right. Look, I put 2 pictures in one slide. Guys, I wish I had a round of applause button on my thing here for myself. But so we had some of the Stranger Things. We've seen probably some. I mean, it was good to get another wave of Stranger Things, right? We need more Stranger Things.
I mean, this is only the second Jonathan out of all they've ever made. So we're getting a Jonathan they haven't really made. 11 Chase, yeah. I guess it's. I mean, I feel like the chases haven't been. I don't know why 11 always gets the chase too. Like, give someone else a chase, or something like that.
Well, I mean,
number one.
They had to give her a chase. I mean, look how creative and unique and different that mold.
She's got her hand.
Is number 1 waiting for the penalty kick in soccer or something like that? It looks like number 1's waiting for that penalty.
I mean, it was kind of his classic pose in the show, but like we just got that. Eddie looks awesome.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I put the slide in here or not, but they also announced the blacklight in tandem.
Yes, interesting. I mean, Eddie's done great for them, so of course they want to add more. But I think Dustin looks really good though too with the.
So Riley says, I feel like they would have had better success if they had released these when the show was airing. I think the show was actually supposed to come out this year, but it got pushed back.
That you mean the last? Well, I like that they do them in waves, though. I think that's the thing. Like, they did do well. Like, imagine if they released all these the same time they released all the others. It would have been way too many at once.
Yeah,
so, I do like this. This is almost too many in one wave to me as well, too. Like, this is
because this is not all of them either. We have these as well.
And Joanna already informed me that we are purchasing the Vecna house.
Yeah, you know.
cool as just a Halloween decoration.
That's exactly. Gabby said the exact same thing. Like, I don't know if she needs to have like 3 Vecnas and plus I think 2 that they've already have. Don't they have 2? Well, they got the 3-pack and then the 1 standalone, and then these 3 here. But yes, the house looks amazing, and you don't get a lot of creepy houses other than the Scooby-Doo mansion. Well, maybe there's a couple.
That glow hot topic though. Oof, that's awesome. The glow looks awesome.
Catfish Billy, I am hoping for any Balin and Shin pops, and so far it's not looking good. So
hey, that's why I'm going with the beard right now. I need a little more. I'm not going to ask for the pepper in the hair right now, but that's what I'm going for.
Somebody said they're looking forward to my handlebars. Turn the stash into a sweet handlebar. I don't know. You guys will have to enjoy this because come Sunday morning, this thing is goodbye. It's been fun. Oh, so, we're doing this? We're doing this?
Yeah, this is why, listen, this is why we're doing the slides. We have to get right into it.
They were listening to, weren't we just talking about this? Like, oh, there's only been Rock and
NBA
Gold figures. We were like, they haven't made any others, and let's throw 5 Tony Starks in there.
Yeah, and like, so I made a comment on one of the posts, and I kind of said, like, I love the idea of this, but it's just executed poorly because nobody is clamoring for the gold stuff. So VV, these are going to be limited to 3,000 pieces. And I don't know if that means 3,000 total, and they're going to break these all up over, because it's a 1 in 2 chance at a chase. But the VV stuff, that is what Marvel and Disney, as of right now, that's kind of what they use for their NFTs. So you're going to get a matching NFT on their platform. Some of their NFTs sell for quite a bit too. I think, Josh, maybe you might be a little bit familiar with it. I know I've gone on there a couple times before. Like, I think this would be cool, but they should have done this with pops. They should have came out with a 1,500 piece or a 3,000 piece pop and done maybe something similar to this with their first like foray into, like tying an NFT type of deal back to it.
And it's an 18-inch gold figure. 18.
That's what I'm saying. And right,
big gold figure.
18-inch, $150. Like, it's going to be a price point thing, I think, for most people. 3,000
is a pretty high price point. Yeah, $150. That's
$150 is so bad.
It's gonna be a hard sell.
The first thing that I thought of is it's just like Funko just doesn't understand their audience with certain products. Like,
John, exactly. Like, that was the first thing that went through my head. I'm like, because I seen the comments, and we can't maybe read, and some of them I wouldn't want to read on the airways here, but like, I feel like sometimes they're just so out of touch with their customer base. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I said, like, this, and even just the idea. So they announced a partnership with VV, which 99% of people won't have a clue who that is and what that is. And I'm like, we're talking about it now, and I bet you still nobody really will understand that. And like, there's no information behind it. You know what I mean? You do a release like this, and I understand they don't have like a social media thing or a marketing thing or anything at this point, because like, you can't just announce something like this and think that people are going to get on board to buy 3,000 of these things.
Oh, yeah. And I think, Riley pointed out, and I was thinking the same thing when I saw that price tag, is 150. Double that, give me a great hot toy Iron Man any day.
Oh, you want to compare some of the hot toys?
Iron Man, yes.
A $300 hot toy of Iron Man compared to this, it makes this look like a Happy Kids meal, or a Happy Meal toy. Like, the detail, the accessories, the lifelikeness of the actual characters and people that hot toys represent. I mean, you're getting what you pay for with this. Like,
yeah, and that's exactly it. I don't think that the Funko, like, who are they going after? They're not going after the average Funko collector. The sports stuff, like, I think doing the sports and the rocks, Like, there's not, to my knowledge, I mean, I could be wrong. Is there Hot Toys of rocks people, like rock and roll people? I don't think so, right?
Well, I think there would just be statues. Like I know there's companies that
Yeah,
make
statues and that kind, but you
very
know what I'm saying?
lifelike.
Like, I kind of think that even though I don't feel like those sell well either, but at least I think it's okay that they kind of had that market, and I think they got enough feedback where, you know, it wasn't going to work out. And then I don't know.
I think, but the problem is with these, the price point is so high. Like even at 50% off, I still wouldn't buy one. Like these are really bad.
and they have to come out of the box. Like they're in a box that they show it on their website that's closed up.
The box looks cool.
So that box is like, but you have to bring it out. Like you can't just have it in the box or anything like that.
No.
So it's just like an 18-inch pop, right? You can't keep that in the big old box. You have to take it out of that box because it's too big. The box just closes it all up. And then I guess you got your 1 in 2 chance. You can find 4 variant chases. So which ones, is there one that's going to be more rare than the others, or all of them are going to be the same rarity? So they have 1,500 chases, and then there's 4 out of that. So that, I don't know, are they going to divide the 1,500 out of the 4? 4 by 1,500 or what?
Now that would be cool if they explain like, hey, like if you go back for a minute, let's say like the deep space suit, the silver one is like 100 pieces, and then like the black and gold suit, that one's like 500 pieces, and the gold one is 250 pieces. Like it'd be kind of cool if they like tiered it and they showed you like this is the level of chase. But like the one thing that helps Funko stand out from so many other companies is the low cost of entry with most of their products. $150 is not a low cost of entry whatsoever. So why didn't they make this? Now, I think this is a great segue, or this could have been a great segue to get people introduced to gold via the Marvel licensing, via Iron Man. Make a regular 4-inch, or I don't remember what they come in. What is it? 6-inch is the smallest one for gold. So make a regular 6-inch Iron Man and give that a chance. These would have flown off the shelves if they were 3,000 pieces with all these different chases at 6 inches. And let's say, all right, they can't make them $15, even $30. I think you would have had 3,000 people go after them just to get that super rare chase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I was looking at, so I was checking out eBay earlier tonight, and I was looking at the Cyclops from X-Men 97. So far on their website or on eBay, they've sold 2,200 pieces of those. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like at $15, they sold like around 2,300 of them. Like, to think a 3,000 piece at a price point like that. And I get like you're getting some value. Like some of this stuff you kind of have to go onto the VV platform. I don't even know if I think I'm saying it right. VV, but
VV, yeah,
VEVE. Like I own a couple of the comic books, which are basically NFT comic books. I love the comic book stuff on there because you can read the comic books and like you own a copy and you can get rare copies and do that kind of thing. They have the digital artwork that I'm sure that they're going to associate with this. And you see some similar stuff for Disney and that kind of thing sell for $40-$50. So I'm positive that they're kind of building that into their price. It's just, who knows about this stuff? Like, it's just got to be laid out differently. And I don't think that these would have ever caught on regardless of how well they explained it. But I thought that was weird. It was weird for them to, but I'm sure that this has been in the works for a while now at this point. And I don't know.
It's a weird one. They promoted like how the matching card with VV very well. Like when I first saw the symbol on the box, or when they did the glam shot of the thing and it had the sticker on it, I was trying to like, what is that sticker for? You see it down there, and that's the VV symbol. It's usually blue and white, I think, but it's that heart, that weird kind of heart look down there. So that's what that was for. But I guess, inside you'll get your code that matches, and you'll get the matching figure. I hope they do the figures in different increments. Like, I hope it's not equal across the board. I think that would, like we've always talked about that with sodas. Imagine if there was instead of the 1 in 2, there's a 1 in 36 or 1 in 72 chance, or the 1 of 1. Maybe there's a prototype one in one of these. Who knows?
Right.
Like, they could have something fun with this, and do it, and that might make this a little more fun for people. I think if they have things like that, and then imagine if you got the 1 of 1 card, that the VV digital card that matched the 1 in 1 thing, or the 1 in 72 or whatever.
Yeah, and that's where I'm saying like, I thought this could have been a cool idea, but they just not with a gold figure, not with $150 gold figure, and just, it could have been like, they could have done exactly what you just said, Josh. Like, bring in, it's just another level. It's kind of like that meld between the NFTs and the pops, and they could have done this in just a pop form. Just do it in pop form at first. It's so weird that they're going to go the Marvel route with this, but
yeah,
we'll see how it plays out. I mean, there's no use beating a dead horse. I feel like for the most part, most people didn't love this. I know that some people will get this. I can't wait to see it. I want to see it, but
yeah, I don't see it selling out when it drops. I see them selling some, but with a $150 price point.
Anthony had an interesting comment. He said, "I get out of the soda game if they did that." You get out of the soda game if they did rare chases, because I actually think that would make a lot more people jump in.
Maybe NFTs.
I don't think they should do NFTs. NFTs,
no, I don't either.
Are dead. NFT, and not Funko NFTs. I'm saying NFTs in general. Like, most of the NFT world is gone. None of it. You
don't have something redeemable attached to it.
Yeah,
there has to be something physical, whether it's a event or a this or that, or an item. There has to be. Yeah, no, I think the digital artwork part of it, yes, that is kind of.
And people don't want it. People don't want NFTs. Like, I don't want NFTs. Like, I want the physical pops, but I don't care about the digital cards or any of that, or a digital wallet. Like, I just want the redeemable pops, and that's why we kind of knew that, like, when these actual like NFTs were coming on the market a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever it started really blowing up, and people and celebrities were buying these, imaginary items for millions of dollars, like, we knew that was never going to hold long-term value.
Well, and then they were also selling the same things that they hyped up. I mean, it's
yeah.
I mean, that's the problem. They were paid to do it, and there's a lot of issues around, that big thing with that. But I think where NFTs or other digital things is giving you other digital assets that are things that you enjoy. So if it was attached, I think Funko is supposed to come out with this game, right? I haven't seen the game yet, but some kind of video game based on Funko character likeness. If you could get a digital asset that gives you a character no one else has, or access to a character, a special outfit of a character or anything like that, that stuff always sells. I mean, that's why Fortnite makes millions and millions of dollars. People play a game, but they also want to buy stuff, or buy the season pass, or buy things. That's why games make all this money. Anything makes the money off of these digital assets, but also giving you something to play and enjoy with them as part of it. Something that you're like, okay, well, it's free to play this, or I could pay a little bit and get this and have some fun with it.
Yeah. What did you guys think of this? What do you guys think of mystery boxes from Funko in general? Let me start it. Let me start it with this. Let me just get started with this one real quick. Why, with all the stuff that they put in, like, guys, Funko, listen, if you're watching right now,
Buckeye.
Call us. We will give you so many great ideas. Like, all the stuff that they put out at Buckeye, they could have taken 40 of those, 50 of those, 1,000 of those, because God knows how many they had of those. stick those in mystery boxes like this. You would sell them like hotcakes if you knew.
Funko, just show me the warehouse. I will have it cleaned out by the afternoon.
Yeah, you'll have it cleaned out and profitable. Yeah. Like this is not so. These boxes, especially when they are selling these individually at Funko Hollywood, and then trying to pawn these off on everybody else on the website. You know what I mean? Where you have to get 5 of these or 6 of these to clear out their warehouse space. Give us some extra value in there. And I understand if you want to go by PPG or whatever you want to go by, you're probably getting a deal with this kind of stuff, but they should not put some of these exclusives behind these walls or these barriers.
That's the comment. The comment right there. Antion just said it. Why would I buy this if I can just get the pop individually? And that's the thing.
Right.
If this is the only way I can get that exclusive pop, then I guess I'm buying the mystery box. But if there's other ways to get this pop without having to buy the mystery box, then I'm going to go buy the pop.
A great example of that one was the Venom, right? The Venom they came out with. They did that one, a smaller box, which was nicer too. It was a little more affordable, smaller box. Yeah. I think that was a good way to do it. They sold out, came back with more, sold out, came back with more. And then actually I picked up one when it was on sale on the thing because it was only like $20 or something like that.
And you're getting like 4 pops, 3 pops.
Yeah, you get 4 pops for that, and a Venom that's worth at least that, if not more. $30 or so. But it's like that's the thing I think that harms them, like selling these things. Now, who knows? Maybe they threw some really good stuff in. We haven't seen anyone open these yet.
No, we have not.
So it could be full of all exclusives, and this box could be like $150 of value, and then you can't really complain too much.
Yeah, they could throw some chases in there. I mean, they could make these. They could make them fun.
Chases in there.
Really, what I'm looking forward to, and the last couple of weeks especially, like it sounds like we're bagging on a lot of things. I think that they are in the process of trying to get the ship righted. And I know that sounds so stupid when we just kind of hated on the first 3 things that we brought up on here. But the reason they're doing these mystery boxes, they have way too much of everything right now. They way overproduced everything over the last 1.5, 2 years minimally. So now they're in like get rid of this stuff mode. I think that they will start to bring down these quantities. I think that they will start to, because they have to. I mean, I think that's really the only way that they're going to right the ship.
From any decision, it's going to take 6 to 12 months for you to see
the
outcome of that decision. So
right, like that gold figure that got announced. I don't think that's part of their getting back to the lean startup plan.
Hopefully that's the last gold figure.
Do you know what I mean? Like every time I see something like that, I'm like, this is it. This is the last thing. Yeah. I understand what they said. It's not going to happen anymore. They're going to get back to it. And I got another slide towards the end in here, but I kind of like that. And we'll get to that. So stick around. We'll get to that one too. But every time I see something announced, I'm like, this is it. This is where the turnaround happens. And then
the last one.
Yeah. Then that.
I was wondering.
Hey, Dr. John, thank you so much for popping on in. Have a great night. He said he's hanging with the family tonight, but we appreciate him stopping by.
So I was wondering on these ones, when they start making mystery boxes out of them, I wonder how often is it the plan to make a mystery box early on, or they get them in there like, you know what? I think this will make a good mystery box. Let's see how many anime pops we have left sitting in the warehouse.
I'll be honest. I think 100% what it is they're like, holy crap, we made 20,000 Funko Shop exclusive or whatever they have, over there right now. And they're like, we got to get rid of 10 more thousand of these, 5,000 of these, 15,000 of these. And they're only selling, like I said, when you see... When we're seeing now, like this trackers, I think for the most part, is putting out like every once in a while, they're showing kind of quantities that are being loaded to the site. You could kind of look at eBay sales and kind of just get a feel for how fast and what the demand is really out there. The demand is just way lower than what they expected. And I think they just have way too much of everything. I really don't think that their idea was, we're going to build mystery boxes, and this is going to be the one.
They've never had a good mystery box.
No, they
Like,
don't do them right. That's what I'm saying. They don't.
If you take fun days out of it, any fun days, previous fun days, the most recent fun days, take all that out of it. Even when they did the Christmas bundles a couple years back, you know, they did them a couple years in a row. They've never really had like I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. If you remember a time where they were like, oh yeah, they dropped this mystery box and it sold out.
Yeah, maybe back.
I think the themed ones did okay. I think that when they did themes and you could pick a theme, I think some of those did okay. Now there was ones that were better than others and stuff like that. But
this is
even the Venom one, I didn't have a problem with, because at least I knew I was getting Marvel Funko Pops with it. Most of them were exclusives.
But it's not really a mystery box because you're getting whatever is on the website that doesn't sell.
It's still a mystery box. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, it's different than you
technically
buying
a mystery.
It's kind of like
a good mystery.
It's kind of like their own build your buffet. It's like a buffet, and they selected the food for you. I don't even get to select the food or
yeah, I mean, really, food. I think you might have just, you know, if they should give you, you know, whatever. If they got 8 or 9 or 10 pops that they're going to use to make up these combinations, let you pick your poison. You know what I mean? Let you pick from those 10.
Or you drop an exclusive pop or a limited piece pop. You say there's going to be 500 mystery boxes. Each mystery box is going to have I can't read the name of this character, but let's say a Naruto pop that is 500 pieces. You could only get it via this mystery box, but in the process of getting this mystery box, you're also going to be taking home 5 other pops from the website. $100, it's 6 pops. You're getting the 500 piece pop. It would sell out like crazy. So if they would just invest a little bit more, then they could move, you know, another, you know, 5 pops times 500 mystery boxes. That's another 2,500 units of product that you could move if you just made something like really exclusive and valued and something that people wanted, desired. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Agreed. So we got more princesses. I thought. Listen, I don't want to. I'm going to skip past these because I don't want to get super negative on too much. I put these in here.
Like Merida. Merida's cool.
Listen, I'm not saying that these aren't cool. I'm not even saying that they're not cool, but I also feel like we just got pretty much these exact same ones, and they're different. I understand that. I mean, they're going through the whole line of.
But do we get the same princesses every year? Like, if they're like, let's do. Oh, it's a.
We do, but we're gonna get the diamond version of these as well.
True. Yeah. True.
You know, I need the blacklight version of these. I need a blacklight version of these and a chrome.
I do not want a blacklight.
Yeah.
They really, See, okay. Well, here's in the boxes. This is what I wanted to get to.
Stinky Pete.
This is cool.
This is like amazing.
This should have been a New York Comic Con exclusive.
John, yes. This would have been. Listen, I entered their giveaway and entered. Funko's got a giveaway going on, guys. If you would like to win every NYCC pop, go over there and comment what your favorite from the con was. Mine was the Nuggets, which I cannot even believe that word came out of my mouth. But the McNugget is my favorite from NYCC this year. This would have taken the top spot if this was an NYCC pop.
Yeah, we've never gotten it before.
This is great. Like an original character that we haven't gotten from a Disney line. Like, I can't believe that. Like, we got to get a few more of these and just a lot less of all the other stuff, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why it took them so long to make this character too. So.
And they did an amazing job on it. I mean, it looks.
And now you can complete. I don't remember what was the 4 of them called from Toy Story 2. Now you can complete the group because that was the whole point. That was one of the biggest things in the movie. Woody, Jesse, Bullseye, and Stinky Pete.
Pete. Yes.
They were the 4, highly desired, dolls that the Chicken Man was trying to collect. So and preserve.
John, you're well versed in your Toy Story lore. I love that.
I love Toy Story 2. That movie is childhood.
That's your jam, huh?
It's my jam.
That was my middle age. I remember it well.
But regardless, Stinky Pete, I think, might be the pop of the week.
I'm right there with you.
So I don't know why Bully Boy Collectibles always has the pictures.
I could have pulled
them
all the
right from the
pictures from
factory.
them. Yeah, I could have pulled all the pictures from them because they get that stuff in early. I thought this was a good one. I thought this was another really good. I was trying to get positive here towards the back of these slides, and I thought Paddington Bear flocked. I thought I kind of love this. I don't know what you guys thought about it, but I thought that this was a good one.
Simple, cute.
It's the movie version, which is interesting. Paddington.
Well, they need to make money off the movie, Josh.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. The movie. I'm trying to think if I even saw the movie version.
I saw the movie.
How was
it? It was a movie. It had a beginning and an end. I think I've seen the beginning and the end. I'm pretty sure mostly sleeping happened in between those two points.
I agree. Why even have a common non-flocked version? Just flock it.
Yeah.
Just flock it.
They should flock it right off the get-go.
I mean, if you're gonna come out with something that has been out for like forever, and you're gonna why come out with a common and exclusive? Just come out with the exclusive.
I 100%
do that. Come on. And the sad thing is, like, if you really want that pop, I would just wait till the next Prime Day and get it for like $8 or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Now,
next Prime Day is coming up. I think it's like October 11th or something.
10th and 11th, I believe.
10th and 11th, yeah.
And if these go on sale, speaking of Amazon, Hulk, and they announced Captain America, I really like this line. This was one line that I believe I'm going to try to get them all, but I am being super patient because most of the pricing, I think, on these started at about $20, but I've been able to get them for about half of that. The first couple here.
So this one is cool. You guys know I love Captain America. I like the pin. But what is going on with the box? Hopefully that's not what the
John,
box.
have you seen the box? No, the box is one of the best parts.
No. Not the whole box. Just that one section. Like, why is it cut?
I feel like I feel like that's wrong. That's a good point.
Either of Cap's eyes. That's kind of weird.
It's kind of like fabric on a on a lounge fly, like a print.
Yeah,
you never know where it's been cut in the wrong place.
Yeah,
just cut.
I hope it's like slid.
Everyone's
over.
different. You have to
I feel like they were just showing. They were making sure you could see the pop. I feel like his face will be halfway intact when the box arrives.
I hope so. Cap deserves better.
Okay, and I think
there's some kind of eyes on there.
Oh, these are
guys.
Fancy. Look,
listen,
fancy.
I've seen a lot of people talking smack about these pens. I'll be honest, and I said this again in one of the comments that I left on one of the posts. I think that these pens are way better than gold, pop pins, and popsies all day long. I would like to see them continue with. I think that these look actually really cool, and I've been very impressed with Funko pens for the most part.
But they could sell no joke aside. Like, I'm agreeing with you 100%, Vince. They could sell a crap ton of these.
These are only $3.99 too. Good price point. $4
for a licensed character pen. Okay, I could do it. It was the cheapness in me that was hesitating at first, but all right, $4.
No, I get it. I get that.
I was expecting like $1.99, maybe $2.99. All right, $3.99. But I could see kids, teenagers, adults, like back to school, back to work season. Like, these are practical. Everybody needs pens.
Yeah, and you put out I think that these look cool. You start getting some. I mean, I think these look great, honestly.
Sam, we're not there yet. We're at a fat, well-oiled machine. We are not a lean startup yet.
Listen, we're not at startup is going to start soon. I think that's why I said. But right when we started these slides, I said every time I see something announced, I'm like, okay, here's the start. And I seen Iron Man the other day. And then I seen this.
Pens. They need those to write at the place as well, too. So they can use these at Funko HQ for the employees to write and sell them to customers.
This is just genius. Anytime you can add Funko into a practical item. Joanna just texted me. She said this is her favorite item of 2023, and I actually believe her.
I'm waiting for the Funko stapler to happen.
You could definitely use a stapler.
Jess, I would take a Funko stapler over the vinyl.
But get rid of Popsies. Get rid of all that other stuff. Stick to pens and Post-it notes. If they could team up with Post-it and put some Funko characters on a Post-it note, oh man!
Now we're talking.
And then make it a set.
Now we're gonna go from a single billion-dollar company to a multi-billion-dollar company.
Become a pen company. I mean, I thought those look great.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of that, quite honestly.
Oh my God. Can you imagine like limited 500-piece pen comes out for New York Comic-Con or San Diego?
No joke. I think that would be cool. I'm not even joking right now. I'd pay $15 for a limited piece pen.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking right now.
Sitting there writing with my Robot Freddy pen. Yeah.
I would love to write with a Freddy pen.
They need some Mont Blanc pens, like the $270 Funko Mont Blanc.
No. I'm more of a a Bic kind of guy. The Bic pens, but I do like that. I think they had Funko toilet paper at one point.
Partner with Sharpie, maybe.
Too. There was a few other things that came out this week. I saw that
what else did we have?
Indiana Jones diecast. Maybe that was teased a long time ago, but I only saw the picture.
Numbers came up, I think, on it, like 10
this year,
around 10,000 almost.
Yeah, that was released a while ago, but they did. Yeah, they showed how much they loaded to the site. 10,000 diecast.
Yeah,
but like that's
stop with the diecast. Yeah,
yeah, the diecast.
Deadpool, the Deadpool.
Oh, the Deadpool Black
seasonal mystery
boxes. Yeah,
that wasn't super exciting.
I mean, it's more Deadpool, but at least they're like really like unique and different. Like I like the one. I think there's with the shark. He's coming out of the shark with the scuba mask and stuff.
I'll tell you the thing that I'm excited about most that happened technically this week is you can redeem your NFT Halloween Freddy's for Series 2. I am so freaking excited for those to get delivered. That is the best NFT wave they've come out with so far.
Yeah, the shipping. Oh man, the shipping's not been good. I got my box in from the Sid and Morty ones.
Oh no!
And I only got a royalty Freddy, and the box looks bad.
Oh, that's not good.
I've gotten a couple and they look decent, but one was stuffed in. It had 2 pops in it, and somehow they stuffed it in my mailbox. Like I don't know how they got this thing in my mailbox with 2 pops, but I've seen others though. Someone else showed one that was like completely squished.
Seen that.
I saw that one, but they actually I think came back and said that Funko's sending them replacement, like not even making them send back them before getting the replacement because they were so squished.
Well, yeah, I mean when you see that, that's like that figure. I seen that picture. I think I seen the same picture you seen, Josh, and that was like the figure itself was accordioned, like the figure was ruined. It wasn't just the box.
I didn't expect the figure of Seymour to be so small. Seymour Spider, the dude,
yeah,
like
the
he's like tiny. I didn't think like once he's out of box, he's like when I saw him in the box, I was like, wait a minute, he's only like that big.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird one.
I thought he was a bigger guy on there in the box, but
yeah, Funko should make more cool exclusive T-shirts. A lot of the cool ones they make are usually kid-sized, and it's like blow those up, make them adults sizes too.
They need to make them so they don't shrink. They need to make them better materials. That's all I gotta say.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Like no, their materials.
They're gonna be black, and they're gonna be the cheapest material possible. So,
like I always buy a size up because they always shrink like up. They don't shrink like any other way. They shrink up. I feel like the length of them shrinks.
Guys, did we get an announcement yet on the exclusive? So NYCC is next week, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks, right?
Yeah,
2 weeks, not next week, the week after. Am I right?
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
That they're going to drop everything, right? 13th.
That's what I was at. That's what I was wondering. Is it going to be Thursday or Friday of that week?
I thought it was Friday for some
reason. The con starts on the 12th. I would imagine they're going to be dropping everything on Friday.
But they haven't said about the box of fun. For this one. So hopefully
that's going to come
a week before. not the same week.
If they were smart, they would drop it honestly tomorrow. Because then you
think they would do a blind drop like that.
Well, they would just drop it, and then you know, it would have time for them to ship them all before the con.
I don't think it mattered because they're not doing anything.
But that's true. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because there's no event or anything.
Yeah. I think it would be good if they dropped them on the 6th, though. I think for them, it would be smart if they dropped them at least a week prior.
Hey, the good news is if you're not interested in anything from NYCC, you're just gonna save some money, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna save quite a bit of money anyway.
Yeah, this year I am too, which is I don't like saving a lot of money. I like
it feels weird, right? You're like, oh,
isn't it weird? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I want to spend the money, but there really is. There's not a ton this year for.
There's no limited pieces except for the backpack, right?
Do you think they'll have some of the boxes of fun for sale at the con?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I would be curious about that if they would actually take some to the con and sell them as well. Because they're not having
the Halloween ones.
Yeah, the box of Halloween heavy metal Halloween box of fun. That's what they're calling it, because they only mentioned it that it will be available on Funko Europe. They did say that. So
yeah, that's a great point. So Mr. Venom says, I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. Yeah, you will definitely not have to get up. You will not have to stay up late. This is not a drop that you will have to worry about.
Unless you want the One Piece.
Yeah, I think the One Piece item is the only thing that's going to sell out.
The comic cover?
Yeah, the cover. Kev says, did you see the announcement for Funko's Halloween at the end of the month? Bit of a sore spot for those going to NYCC.
I think it's just like a funk.
Does that mean Funko?
It was it's like I think they've done this multiple years though.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a costume type because I think it's out in California. If I didn't read into it that much because I believe that I've seen that before, and it's not something that I would.
Is this the event he's talking about? The Mask O Raid 3?
Yeah, that's it.
Original Funko is coming to Comic-Con Museum and bringing Mask O Raid and
they did that before. It's actually Funmaker Mike's thing, I think, because he's really into the old Halloween mask, and probably some of the stuff is probably part of his collection and stuff like that. And I think both him and Mike Becker were out there last year, I believe, for the mask. But they did it. They've done it before to raise money for the Comic-Con Museum and stuff.
They give protos. Oh, they give a lot of protos at most events.
I mean, yeah, they got protos of everything. So, they make a lot of Funkos. They can give a lot of protos out.
So, Dave, Joanna and I are going to NYCC. Unfortunately, the three of us will not be there, which is definitely a bummer. I was actually just telling Joanna last night, I am excited for NYCC, but I'm definitely not near like the level of excitement I had last year for being able to hang out with you guys as well.
Yeah, man, I would love to get back out there. This year is just not gonna
have to worry about.
That's exactly what it feels like. I feel like we're gonna be just like in business mode the whole time. I mean, I can't wait to see. There is a lot of other people we're gonna be meeting up with and stuff through the channel, which is gonna be fun.
When all the people meet up with you, who's gonna take your picture now? I won't be there.
I know.
I was your cameraman all weekend. I mean, it was great.
That was so much fun, honestly. Yeah, I was hanging out with you guys was definitely the highlight of the con. So
maybe John can hang out next to Top Pops, then John can hold the camera all the time.
No, there's plenty.
It's fun.
There's plenty of people that I'm not even good enough to hold the camera for Top Pops. There's so many people that are taking his picture for him and everything. So
I wonder, it's going to be. There's still a lot of other exclusives. I always like seeing like other people dropping their exclusives too, like teases of other some of the Chomps and Tiny Ghost and other people starting to do their different exclusives as well for their booths. So it's kind of cool to see. It's neat that people they get into the cons like that. I don't feel like there's a lot I've seen that I'm like, oh, John, hey, can you pick that up for me? You know, instead, like even some of the stuff they've been dropping, like maybe one or two things might pop up still, but it'll be interesting to see all the different vendors and that pop up there.
So who just said it? Catfish Billy, no, I am not picking up the Balin and Shin Black Series figures. I don't collect Black Series anymore. I collected it for I don't know, like 6 months. Figures are great. They're really fun to collect, but just can't collect everything. So.
Yeah, they're definitely a that's a whole
that's a
whole
lot
thing.
to display them and keep up with them if you want them out and do everything with them, and then the waiting time for them, they're worse than waiting for your NFT Funko Pops to finally come in.
No, are you confusing Black Series with Hot Toys? Black Series.
Oh, Hot Toys. I was thinking Hot Toys.
Yeah, no, Black Series isn't
Black
bad.
Series just too much.
They pump them out. Yeah, they pump them out.
Yeah, there's almost the same amount as Funkos.
But for Star Wars, they're a lot of fun to collect because they're so they understand the Star Wars community so much better. I mean, obviously, like that's kind of their thing, but they actually produce the characters that people want when they want them, and not just like, oh, there's all these new shows happening. Here's a Chewbacca. It's like, well, he's not really relevant right now, but thanks. So, thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. No, we are. I'm very excited for NYCC. It's just not going to be the same this year since we're not going to be doing the big PFO meetup again. But hopefully, maybe next year, or it doesn't even have to be NYCC. Maybe we can find another con to go to. I want to get down to Florida and hit up like MegaCon and those.
MegaCon would be a fun one to get up. When is MegaCon?
There too.
Is it April?
It's early this year, actually. It's like February or something like that. It's super early.
Well, we might be planning a trip in February as well, Josh.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to look this up. There we go.
I think go. February in Orlando is way better than February in anywhere up north.
It's definitely better than in Michigan here. No doubt about it.
February 1st through 4th.
It's like early February.
I don't know if that's the only way they could get the convention center or what. It used to be like in March, April, May time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was a little bit later than that.
Man, they're starting con season off with a bang. So.
I think it's also the company that runs it, like, has so many different ones around the country. I think they're also trying not to conflict and compete with certain other ones. So they kind of started moving some around. It seemed like, but who knows? It might be also getting that convention center, Orlando Convention Center. I mean, February it's booked up, but February is like time when it's booked a lot because people want to get it. Like, it's enticing to go to Orlando in February than anywhere else around the country. So
yeah, I would love to go to San Francisco Con. That'd be cool too. I want to explore other parts of the country. So yeah, for sure. Want to do some light traveling, nothing crazy in the next few years. Try to hit some other parts of the country. So
it's always fun.
Pass is only $120, John.
Oh, what'd you say, John?
4-day pass is $120.
Oh my god, that's like a sandwich in New York Comic Con.
On like if you pre-buy it, 4-day pass for $120.
Oh, nice. LA's December 1st through 3rd. Very nice.
LA would be great to go out to too. Man,
I'd just be curious going to some of these other cons because, like, obviously, like San Diego, New York, MegaCon, like we know there's a lot of like Funko, but what I'm curious about is like to see some of these other conventions. Like, is Funko still have a large presence at some of these other larger events?
Jeff, which one did we go to? We went to MegaCon, Collecticon. I'll be honest with you. Collecticon had as many Funko booths as NYCC, if not more.
Probably.
I was surprised by there wasn't like a ton of Funko at NYCC last year. I felt like.
Yeah, that was the weakest showing by like the secondary market ever that we've ever.
Yeah.
Seen.
I think. I mean, MegaCon just has a ton of the definitely vendors are huge there. I know several people that do vending there and but I noticed like there's people like Plastic Empire Go, people like you see like who else is out there? Like a bunch of companies that we've seen, that we know that are around, they do vend there. But I don't think some of the like the big, there's never any like Funko booth or anything like that there. I'm surprised some of them haven't started looking at some of those, especially since you can go. I think it'd be great for Funko to do that around the country kind of thing. Like make sure they go like kind of different places. It would be really cool to be able to kind of go where different people are. So you got New York Comic Con for East Coast. They got 3 cons over on the West Coast they go to.
I feel like there's so much on the West Coast. Like,
so it's like, well, do Florida. Florida's like South and East. You got that. You could probably do something in Texas.
Yeah, there's a lot of collectors in Texas. What's up, Norway?
CollectorCon does a lot of shows all over the place. So they travel around a lot too.
My guess for why there wasn't as many vendors at New York Comic Con is because maybe it was very expensive to get a booth.
Yeah, and I think last year too, we were just really getting out of COVID. Was still like it was still kind of up in the air, was it not? I'm trying to remember last year.
Yeah, because it was kind of like mask
encouraged,
not much required, encouraged, but
yeah. So I feel like we
required, but not required.
Yeah, we still weren't 100% out of that, and even this year it might be light again a little. I don't. What do I?
don't think
we don't think so. We think this year it's gonna be pretty slammed because they're sold out of the 4-day pass and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they only have Thursday tickets left.
Yeah.
So,
oh wow.
Yeah, we think
good.
at least from like a foot traffic standpoint, it's almost sold out. So there's going to be a lot more people there, which it's good to see for like the economy and like the pop culture space, but also bad for people who don't want to stand in lines, for the bathroom and everything. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're planning to go and we're going to shoot some videos and everything like normal and have some fun. And if anybody in the chat is going to New York Comic Con, if you see us, please stop us and say hi. We got goodies to hand out and stuff like that. And we always love meeting people in person. So.
I think any con's just hard. Like when you hit that, if you want to go on Saturday at any con, if it's a 4-day con like that, Saturday's the worst day to go. It's like,
yeah.
Unless you want to go stand in line for a certain celebrity and get their autograph, that's the only reason I say go on that Saturday.
Well, that's why there's a lot of big celebrities going to New York Comic Con this year, and I have a feeling that's why there's so many extra tickets being sold, because I think there's a lot of people planning on waiting in line for a lot of these celebrities. So,
well, the Saturday, some of them just come on Saturday and that's it. If they're big names, that's all they come for is one day.
Yeah, Chris even says it's one of the highest prices you will pay to vend at NYCC. SDCC is the most. I do want to make it out to San Diego one of these years and check out that.
Yeah, it's got to be. I heard that like all the way around the like NYCC, you kind of just have the con, and as soon as you get away from it, that's it. From what I hear for SDCC, is like it's that whole block, like it, or I don't know exactly how it's set up, but it goes, all the way around the whole area over there.
That's cool. It's like a block party kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, Chris, I saw that the Zombie Freddy poster that will be available at NYCC. I need that. I really need that. That was freaking cool. But we did not get into the Funko booth, so I don't know how we're gonna get it. I guess we'll have to pay somebody triple the face value, I guess, as they walk out of the Funko booth.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's usually the best way to do it.
Just hold a sign up, like when people are walking by.
But I'm also curious. So I feel like our community is like a good microcosm of like the overall Funko community. And I'm really curious, like, is there still going to be like a massive line at the Funko booth, even though people are not as excited for these exclusives?
I think the line might be shorter because there's less exclusives this year.
Yeah. But like
there's less than
everybody,
people along.
but to everybody standing in line, like, what's the point of standing in line if like you could just get everything on the website? Like, I guess if you really care about the con sticker,
I think
much,
it's the sticker still. I think that the sticker will still, especially those first week to 2 weeks, couple weeks, you're going to be looking at, you know, double, triple the price of whatever you're going to pay. Even though I think the demand this year more than most, you know, usually you have those handful, like those 4 or 5 that you're like, you know, these are going to be tough, but I'm not feeling that this year.
Yeah.
Even
I
with
don't know,
the
I just don't
sodas.
see it with no limited pieces or, you know, no like super desired items for the con. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
it's kind of a weird one this year.
When we were there last year, I mean, people were waiting in line for like 4 to 6 hours. It was crazy. People were just camping out. But, you know, it was, I don't know, it was different. I guess there was multiple items people wanted last year. But I can't remember.
I feel like on wasn't it on Sunday at San Diego Comic-Con, they were just letting people in and like grab 4 of each.
I heard that, yeah.
Like I heard the last day just to get rid of stuff and whatever's left. I wonder if they'll do something like that again, New York Comic-Con.
I think that they will. I think that they will need to.
That's what Riley did. So Riley did it last year. He said he got in. He was on the standby line, and it was a big highlight. Yeah, the atmosphere of the booth is awesome. Like, you just walk in, it's fully enclosed. You have all the different like Funko posters and artwork on the wall. They do a really good job. But yeah, like if they're not selling something that's like super desired or super hot, I mean, the con sticker can only go so far, in my opinion.
I think if you can hang out, you can meet some good people, you can have some fun. If you're not in a hurry to do anything else, like if it's like your extra day there, like you did the other stuff you want to do, go hang out, have some fun, get in the standby line, wait around.
Go in the Loungefly booth.
Yeah, that's honestly the best. I might try that. I might try to go into the other side with the Loungefly booth and then slip into the Funko line.
Yeah, we would have just climbed over that little stage they had in the middle. But, you know, that was actually, we just ended up there like at the perfect time. Like Mike was in there. They had Rob Liefeld was in there. The creator of Deadpool was there. It like we walked in there at the perfect time, and it was like a magical little 20 minutes of fun until they.
That was crazy because like all the other content creators were in there at that moment. That was a really wild.
Yeah, it was just by chance. It was
unplanned.
We were just trying to get a closer look at the Funko booth, and we slipped in there and we're politely told to leave not too long.
Yeah, there was a pretty intense security at the booth, which I'm sure they'll have again, but I don't think it'll have to be as tight this year. So
yeah,
I think, you know, it depends on how they do the booth too, because last year it was all enclosed and you had to go inside, which is weird. San Diego was much more open and you didn't have to have a booth reservation for a lot of the other stuff. So I guess it depends on what kind of layout they do for this booth too. Like, are people going to be able to check out all the other stuff like that they're selling and doing?
We've not had any leaks of what they're.
I need to see on the map like how much area they're taking up. Like, but they're not promoting, like they haven't shown anything. Like,
no,
oh, come visit us at Funkoville. You know, they're not really doing anything yet.
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be like a heavy metal
rock stage or something like that, like a big stage or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm excited. Like, we were able to on Thursday last year. I mean, the booth, obviously we couldn't go in the booth, but we were able to get pretty close to the booth and like, you know, film. They had all the exclusives and all the new items and like the glass cases outside the booth. So that was cool to see. And that's, you know, you're only going to be able to get that close like on Thursday when there's the least amount of people there, because once the booth fills up, you got people going in, people coming out, security trying to usher people along, people taking pictures in front of the booth. And then you have like Flippers Row, like slightly to the left of the booth.
Just past, where you exit.
All right, I think I found the map here, John. I found the map. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I know there's an exclusive Chomp that's going to be dropping, which I know Evelyn's excited about. A bunch of other people are excited about. So
Funko looks like they're right across from eBay, of course. eBay hanging out right near them. Funko.
Now, if they were smart, they should have teamed up with eBay and had an eBay NYCC exclusive. That would have been cool.
You know, who knows? They might have the protectors again, maybe.
I guess.
I don't know. But I mean, smart for them to be right next to eBay, and eBay will be promoting, I'm sure, their Funko, their authentication selling, live,
sure.
eBay live stuff and everything like that. I forget where. I think $7 a pop is really close to them.
I thought that's what they said as well.
I don't remember what their booth number is, but I'm guessing they usually have a pretty good sized booth, so it's probably maybe one of these right across from here.
Yeah, because they were like way far away, way in the back corner.
Yeah, they were like opposite ends last year. So if they can get near them, I mean, they shared a booth pretty much with them at San Diego Comic-Con. So let's see what they have. $7 because I think they put it in their booth 1023. So 1023. Where is that one? I'm guessing 23 would be this one right under Magna Plus. So right under there.
Oh yeah, so right there.
They are like, yeah, right there.
Well, you know, good for them. That's fantastic. They usually have a few people autographing over there and have their mystery boxes and whatnot.
I wonder how much you have to pay to get your company on here. DoorDash. Look at that. DoorDash is even
Yeah, DoorDash.
DoorDash. Maybe you can order food and they'll deliver it right to your booth.
Deliver it to my booth? Yeah, exactly.
Marvel. Did Marvel have a booth last year? I don't remember a Marvel booth. Was there?
There was a booth, Marvel.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Did
they?
Yeah.
I saw nothing.
It was right in the middle. Right.
Was it?
Yeah.
You kind of like a lot of that booth. You had to wait in line to go in and check. I think there was like stuff. Bait exclusive. Look, Bait right here. I wonder if they'll have an exclusive Funko Pop.
They had a couple last year.
Yeah. You might see some.
Is Whatnot going to have a giant booth again? I'm sure.
I don't know. I wonder if they're on the vendor list. I'll have to see if they're on the list.
Yeah, I don't.
They had a pretty good sized booth last year.
Yeah, I don't think
they had a huge spread last year.
I mean, eBay has a pretty good sized booth if it's compared to the Funko shop, almost like about the same size.
Yeah.
So I think who said it? Was it Mr. Venom said it? Yeah, we want those biddies too. So if I can sneak into the Funko shop and just buy those biddies, I know Joanna
would be if I was there, that would be it.
Yeah. Yeah, Norway. That's a good question. Is NYCC bigger than SDCC? I've only been to NYCC, so I couldn't.
I think SDCC is bigger for what I've seen of the vendor floor and everything like that. At least space-wise, maybe it's also bigger than the Javits Center.
Okay.
I always wondered, I mean, a big con, MegaCon takes over one portion of the convention, only one side of the convention center for Orlando. I mean, they could technically, man, I bet they could spread it out and take over two if they had enough stuff going on. But we have the biggest convention centers.
Yeah, it's huge.
There's two of them too. There's two separate ones that are across from each other. So.
Yeah, it seems like the consensus in the chat is San Diego's a little bit bigger. And Susan just jumped in here. What's up, Susan? Hopefully you're doing pretty well on this Thursday evening. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to SDCC at some point in the next few years, just to experience it once. I think once would be good.
Yeah, that would be fun. Fun to get there one time.
Yeah. But I mean, I know we always talk about these larger cons and events, but I get so much more enjoyment and just satisfaction out of the smaller shows, and that's everybody in the chat. You don't have to fly across the country, or I know Funko only has exclusives, typically at these larger events, but be on the lookout in your area for flea markets and toy shows and pop swaps. There's some really cool smaller events where you can really interact with a lot of other Funko community members, which is cool.
Yeah, I know they've had a couple in within driving distance of us that I'd definitely like to check out. I know, I'm pretty sure somebody mentioned it earlier as well. GalaxyCon, I think that they have one in Columbus.
Okay.
I wonder how those kind of cons are. I have not been. We got a pretty good one here. We got Motor City Comic Con. They do it, I think, twice a year. They get some big signers. Like, can't remember. There's some big ones coming out in November. I think it's the first or second week in November. I did go out there. I did a video on it last year, and I might stop out there in November just to check it out. Funko stuff, not like crazy, but they had a decent amount. It wasn't horrible. And the signers, if you guys like autographs, I mean, great signers.
Yeah, Gator, we got to meet up at the Wayne Toy Show one of these weekends. Awesome toy show in New Jersey. Riley had a thing here. I've always thought of NYCC as the collectors convention. I don't have a ton of interest in San Diego Comic-Con. I feel like it wouldn't be as much of a collector's experience. Well, I don't think the three of us, we've never been to San Diego, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I can't speak personally.
I don't know. The community, like the Funko community, seems super strong in California. Like they do a lot of pop swaps over there. Some companies hold some events. So I don't know. I feel like it just depends on like what collector circles you're in. So
I feel like I feel like personally California has probably the older collectors of Funko because that's where it started, like over in that coast and in a lot of California stuff, that's where it was, started being sold.
Well, having those events locally, you build more of a, you build a stronger connection earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you have also stuff floating around in that community, being bought, sold, things like that sometimes.
And the other thing too is when you go to these smaller events and local toy shows and stuff, the prices are not absurd because the vendors are only paying like $100 for a table for the day, $50. Like they don't have to shell out a lot to be there. Typically the cost is much lower to get into the event if it's only like $5, $10, whatever. And you can negotiate for the most part. You go to like one of these big cons like New York Comic Con, like you walk up to a vendor and you say, hey, that $100 pop, would you do 90 on it? And the PPG is like 75 or 80, like they're going to say no, because the con prices are usually 20 to 30% higher. And they have to be from a certain perspective because they have to cover their fees of the cost of the booth, paying any employees who are working the booth that day. But you're usually not going to see any wiggle room until the final day of the con.
Yeah.
If you see that, so.
And I've sold at like both a little larger. I've never wanted to sell at something like a Collecticon or a MegaCon or anything like that, a booth. But I've sold at like our Funko Pop Con, which is larger, say 50 vendors, something like that, 40, 50 vendors. People have different size booths and things like that. I sold at that. And I actually like the smaller one that's like in the VFW better because if I'm selling, there's only maybe 20 vendors. And that means only 20 vendors that you're competing against as well too, because they're also at the end of the day there's only so many Funko Pops in the world. So if you're selling Funko stuff and everyone else is selling Funko stuff, unless you have a bunch of unique things that really stand out, which I try to bring a good variety of stuff to stand out. Like some people have shops where they have a lot of newer stuff and some older stuff. Other people have different things, and also I think fair pricing is a big one. For me too, it's like some people's prices I'm like, really? You're trying to charge that? Like, I know they're trying to get some more money and then it gives them wiggle room to go down with, but like start off with some fair pricing and then you can go from there too.
Yeah. Chris said he's had some success at some of the small shows making deals. Yeah, it makes sense. People are usually more willing to work with you.
Too. Cash is king at small shows.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I mean, with the smaller shows, there's obviously not as much foot traffic. So I feel like they're able to make a deal with somebody because if a person comes to the booth is looking at something, like another person might not walk by for like another 5 to 10 minutes. Whereas a big event like New York Comic Con, you're going to have like 80 to 100 eyes potentially on your booth at any given moment. So
thank you for the 7 months, Steven. Appreciate you.
There you go. Late shift. What's going on, Steven? Love seeing all the international viewers. You guys are awesome.
I think also too, like one thing I always worry about as a vendor at a big con. There's so many people sometimes crowded in a booth, man. Like, how much stuff do you get stolen, lose, things like that?
Yeah,
I had thought about
point.
that. Yeah, especially since you could like pocket something pretty easily. I mean, people, I'm sure if you were clever enough, you could steal a pop under your shirt and just walk away, or slide it into your bag of purchases that you already made from another booth. How are they going to know?
Yeah, I mean, you don't even realize, especially in the big ones. Like I've been to a couple of the small cons, but like NYCC, especially Friday, I couldn't even imagine on the weekend. I wasn't there for Saturday and Sunday, but Friday, like I remember we were by the one booth when I was taking your picture in front of the one booth, but I mean, legitly, I don't know how anybody. I would feel super uncomfortable if that was my stuff sitting out there because people were just, I mean, literally like you're hip to hip with people over there.
Yeah. Well, that's why they have to hire people just to watch. Like they're not even like cashiers or answering questions or anything. They're literally just watching people, which unfortunately they have to, especially in New York. Like, New York has that reputation, unfortunately. But
so I don't see Whatnot at NYCC. I don't see them
I'm
on the vendor list.
sure they'll have some sort of presence there. So
yeah, just weird.
Yeah, it's
not
interesting.
on the vendor list. Like they did a pretty good big booth for STCC, but maybe they're spreading out their money to different cons too. Like find some different ones, different things, different audiences.
Yeah,
but they always had a line there, like to play that little grab game.
Oh yeah, the stupid little game.
Yeah, struck them miserably on it.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll see what we can find at the con as far as Funko stuff goes. I think a lot of stuff too is people can buy stuff online like pretty easy nowadays. So like I feel like there's not as many people going out to the big events that demand such a high cost of entry. Like if you want to go to New York Comic Con now, like this late in the game, like you would have to shell out like a few $100s per ticket. So why would you pay all that money just to go for Funko stuff? Now, if you're going for cosplay or you're going for autographs or you're going for celebrities or you're going for panels, like then you're really like encompassing the full New York Comic Con experience. But if you're just going shopping essentially for Funko and other collectibles,
you might as well just
go
to a smaller con.
Unless you like spending a lot of money and being in a very crowded place and not having bathrooms readily available, like the list goes on.
Food few and far between.
Yeah, Gator, that's a great point. Small toy shows, you can find older pops, unique pops, and stuff you can't find in the stores. 100%.
You could definitely find you can find some good deals, and you can find some stuff you're not going to see very often.
It's just me or what would like to know, Vince, if you received your 2 additional Peter Pan soda.
We've not. I don't even think they shipped yet. I'm still waiting for the
X-Men, right?
X-Men. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the X-Men.
X-Men shipped with other sodas. So I did 2 separate orders. I did a pop order and a soda order. I wasn't going to miss.
Josh, I did the same thing.
So
I did the same thing because I kept on thinking they put these sodas in the boxes with the pops. I don't like where that might lead.
The Funko cooler with a bunch of other pops, man, that's going to be some crushed pops.
Yep.
So that's all I can say.
Totally agree.
So I did the 2 separate orders because I still wanted to get. Actually, I never picked up like the 2 Funko Shop Indiana Jones exclusives, like some weird random things that were like 50% off. I was like, oh, I'll buy them now. Oh, I get them for that price. I'll buy them now. But the soda is definitely a great time to pick up 3 liters if you're interested in any 3 liters, the soda coolers, and then some of the exclusives too. If you hadn't hit like New York Comic Con exclusive, I felt. I'm curious what cleared off the site finally, like after that was all said and done.
Yeah,
I wonder how much actually cleared off.
I'm sure it cleared out a lot because I mean I saw a lot of people say they made orders. So
that was like the first time I seen people getting really excited in a little bit here for and it was good. That was fun. That was a fun couple days for them to do that.
So Holly got their X-Men cooler today. There you go. But Cross Saved is still waiting for all his stuff. It'll come.
Yeah, ours hasn't come yet either. Waiting patiently.
Paul says, PFO, what is your prediction for Funko in 2024?
That's a good question.
They're gonna move like a lean startup. That's what they're gonna do in 2024.
2024, you think that's when it'll start happening?
You know what's funny though? Like
I feel like
I always find it funny what
different from what I want.
Like, so Whatnot just posted something. I think they're recognized as one of the top like 3 or 4 startups. But I'm like, is a startup really a startup when you have almost 500 employees and like you have like $500 million in investment? Is that really a startup at that point?
Well, I think
that's what you need to be considered a startup in 2023.
I guess.
I think that, I mean, they're fairly young. I mean, that's pretty far to come in 3 years.
Oh yeah, I mean, from 3 full-time employees 3 years ago to now.
It is actually. I don't want to make it a whole Whatnot conversation, but it is kind of crazy that like we were OGs on a platform like that. You know what I mean? Like Josh, especially, me and John came in, I think around the same time.
Right
We're
after,
like November. You might have been October of the first year that they were, something like that. I don't even know how I'm remembering these dates at this point, but
okay.
it felt like it was around that time. But to see where they started at the beginning and where they've gotten to, you know, it's
crazy. It's just crazy it's crazy to see. It's funny though. I think the other company, which I didn't even know was a separate like startup company, was that drink, the water drink, Liquid Death. First,
Liquid Death, good old Liquid Death.
But they're like number 2.
Liquid Death.
Yeah, they're number 2. Liquid Death is.
They've been around for like 10 years, though. Have they not?
I don't know.
Like, I heard of Liquid Death years and years ago.
I think it's so funny though. That was like number 2 was Liquid Death, and they were number 3 for top startups for 2023.
I mean, I don't know. Prediction for Funko for 2024. I think that they know what the writing is right now. They've got to pull back on production. You know, I think that if they pull back on production, pull some of the lines that are not doing good, Funko Gold, pull back on some of that stuff. They're just putting way too much out way too often. It's not sustainable. They are. I know they don't want to be that, but they're a collectible company. They're to be a toy company. It's just not. It's not who they were. It's not who they are. It might be who they want to be, but I think that's a recipe for not success for them. So if they get back to being a collectible company, I think that they could. I think that they could be okay, but I think they got to make some changes, and hopefully they'll start doing that.
I think they're going to be forced to make changes, and I think it's going to be good for us as consumers and collectors. And this is kind of me speaking in terms of realistically, and also like optimistically, like hoping they do what we want them to do. But I think it's going to get to a certain point where money talks. And these lines that, we've been saying for like the last year, this is not what people want. People want numbered sodas. They don't want gold. People aren't buying Popsies in droves. Like, I think we are going to be able to force Funko's hand by the power of our wallet, because money makes the world go round. Like, whether you argue that or whatever your opinion on that is, that's just a matter of fact. If a company is not doing well and not making money, they're not going to stay in business. And Funko is in a unique spot where they actually already have a pretty well-developed fan base, a loyal fan base. They also have all these licensing agreements, more than any other company in the world. That could change at some point in the near future. But last time I checked, they had the most official licenses compared to any other company in the world. They have to, make products, in agreement with those licenses. But I think they're going to be forced to make some changes, and hopefully those changes will force them to realize we cannot produce everything that we're making in the numbers that we used to make. We cannot just make lazy variants of the same characters that people bought in the past and expect them to continue to buy them in the future. So I think 2024, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that it's going to overall be better than 2023. I think there was some lessons learned from last year's Fright Night. I think there was some lessons learned at this year's Fun Days for San Diego Comic-Con. I think there's going to be some lessons that they're going to learn from the exclusive lineup this year for New York Comic-Con, when all those items are more than likely sitting on the site for the next 6 to 10 months, unless they do these big clearance sales and, you know, get them out. So I think 2024 is going to be better than this year, but I think it's going to be through pain. I don't think it's going to be because Funko is just going to wake up one day and realize that, like, hey, we need to hire a marketing team, and hey, we need to take all the people that design these beautiful anime pops and start designing, you know, characters from Marvel and Star Wars and Disney and put them in ways that people have to collect them and they can't say no. So I think it's going to be through pain. So on the company's part, which is a bummer, because I don't want to see, you know, people suffer. And I think as a result of that pain, you are going to see people get laid off. You are going to see, you know, maybe Funko Hollywood closes or something. You know, I'm just saying, like hypothetically, like there's going to be things that happen because they are going to have to reduce the costs that it takes to operate that section of Funko, because they're going to need to allocate the money somewhere else so that way they can continue to make money. So kind of long-winded, but I think it's just because unfortunately people and companies grow the most. I mean, we've all had periods of time in our life where we went through hardship, we went through pain, things happened, like, you know, something as simple as like your car breaks down. What happens when your car breaks down? Like, you have to reallocate funds from like maybe your savings or your vacation fund or your toy collecting budget, because you have to fix something that's a need. It's a necessity for you to be able to drive around and transport yourself to work. You went through pain in order to better your life. And that's what Funko's going to have to do. They're going to have to go through pain in order to better the company and ultimately make a better product for consumers to have to collect. Like, they need to make stuff that drops on the website where we as people and collectors say, I can't not buy that. It's going to sell out. I have to buy that. Like, that is so cool. I have to have it in my collection. So, yeah. And hopefully we get there. And hopefully they don't just mass produce everything and have a bunch of warehouse sales. And, you know, we live in this
cycle of produce too much and sell it all at half the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think that's a good business strategy.
It's not a sustainable business strategy.
No,
because I think the unique thing that Funko does, and I'm not in a lot of other communities, so maybe it is, you know, maybe other communities do see an influx of new people every year. But I feel like the thing that Funko has is, because, once again, going back to that low cost of entry, I feel like every year for the past 3 to 4 years, especially since the pandemic started, there's been more people that enter the Funko community than leaving. And I think that's attributed to the pandemic, where people wanted to collect more. They were at home. They were looking for hobbies. And Funko offered them a unique product that's highly collectible. It's of characters from licenses and franchises that people love. So it was kind of like a perfect match made in heaven. I think a company needs to start worrying when us sitting here on the aftermarket in the community, where I think that there was this year, I would say I firmly believe that there was maybe a little bit less people coming into the hobby, and maybe a little bit more
going out
and transitioning. So I think that when you start to see that shift, you got to do something different. And I'm sure that shift is reflected in their numbers and their sales numbers. So,
all right, ready for my predictions? Ready?
Perfect example. Yeah, I'm shocked the X-Men cooler is still available. I mean, that thing.
I
know you're not, but I'm just saying, like, that thing. I'm shocked from like a true soda collector standpoint. Like, that thing is absolute fire. Like, from a realistic standpoint of where Funko currently is, no, I'm not surprised. But
A lot of the stuff I'm gonna let Josh talk, but a lot of the stuff was self-inflicted too. I mean, the unnumbered sodas, and it wasn't just the unnumbered sodas. I think they could have got through, but when they started dropping waves, it took that special feeling. We used to get those they would drop 3 sodas. You know what I mean? You get like 3 sodas and you get excited. People would pre-order and there'd be that hype. Then a month later, you get 3 or 4 more sodas. When they were dropping 6 at a time, 7 at a time, unnumbered, they really took that luster off that. I said it before too. They kind of did that with ad icons. Some of their lines that were rocking and rolling and doing really good, they killed the ad icons lines, and now they're putting ad icons boxes on foodies, which bothers the heck out of me. That's a different discussion. I won't even get into that right now because that's
not a true. No, it's not a true ad icon.
It's not a true ad icon. Listen, I left that slide out because again, I didn't want it to be all just bashing, but those are the things that they started to take. They started to take a little bit of that fun off of collecting certain lines and sodas, and it's all self-inflicted. So they got to get back to what they can do best, because they still create some great stuff. I mean, we've seen some of that stuff tonight. Okay,
like that.
Josh, you can chime
what do
in.
you got, Josh?
All right, there'll be at least 4 Buckeye sales during 2024.
Yeah, that I agree.
There'll be at least 5 soda coolers launched during 2024. There will be Brian Mariotti will come back as CEO for 6 months and then leave again after the 6 months, sometime in between that.
Honestly, I think that might be a positive. I mean, I loved some of the stuff. I'm sorry. Now I just said I'd let Josh talk, and now I'm talking right over Josh again. But I said that I loved a lot of the stuff that Brian Mariotti did. I mean, he brought the pops to Funko. So he
brought sodas. Really,
he brought sodas. Did some amazing stuff.
Sodas.
I think he was pushing so hard though to get it to become public and do what so he had that amazing stuff. They're also, look at all the stuff that they've let fall by the wayside because there's just not the same drive there. And I think they really kind of lost their way. I want to see them. I've said it before. Everybody loves a redemption story. I think that they're definitely at their lower point in as long as I can remember.
This wasn't anywhere near their level.
The redemption story would be they're bought out by someone and it goes back to being private instead of public. Bought out by some investment firm that has.
That would be the pain. That would be the pain. They're bought out.
No, I think it's a good possibility.
And that company, as terrible as it may be, that company just comes in and cleans house and just says, "You know what? We're bringing in all of our people."
They really narrow down and go into it and figure out what's core to it, and also there might not be that pressure to just put out to make money for your investors, right? Your people that are you have to put out for your investors that are buying the company, but you don't have to put out, you're not public company. So there's a lot more that might be able to happen that can't happen in a public company versus a private. Sometimes you can move stuff, do stuff, have things that are going on where you're not always just trying to please the investor public part to make it. But who knows? I think there's always a good chance of something like that happening, that people say, oh, it won't happen, it can't happen. I've seen it before with other tech companies and other companies. I don't think they'll be bought out by another company like a Hasbro or a eBay or something like that, but I think more of an investment firm buys them out and believes in what they have and all the licensing and stuff they have, because there might be other ways around working with that too, with other companies to help them license stuff and helping license more things. So you never know what they can do with those kind of things, but it'll be interesting.
There's been
I'm looking forward to it.
Like Vince mentioned, there's been a lot of I would say glimmers of hope or spots of positivity and success. It's not all bad by any means. No. And I think that one of the best things, I honestly think it's one of the best decisions that Funko has made in the last couple of weeks, is sending all the new exclusives to Top Pops, like your biggest Funko creator in the space, your biggest influencer, like you need to get in the trenches. You need to understand, like continue to understand your evolving consumer base. And how you do that is you interact with the people that watch, an influencer every single day. There's people that watch Tristan and Top Pops every single day.
I feel like they did that and they got away from that, and that's when they started to they started pulling back.
Think that like almost, I mean, it's not their intention, but I feel like when they're grounded and when they're in the community, it almost feels like, oh, the people that work for Funko and the people that work at corporate, like we're all the same, but like when they don't interact with us, it just kind of makes it seem like, hey, we're the big company, you'll buy our stuff no matter what. We don't need to. It's so much more than sending freebies to a content creator. It's so much more than that. It's giving somebody like Tristan who's able to portray and show off, like that excitement, that hype, that pure joy that we all have when something new comes out that we want,
I mean, and it's also like that ability, like they might have paid him additional for it and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't remember if he mentioned, but they sent him over it. But I'm sure, you know what, they're going to have him at New York Comic Con. He's going to be hanging out at the booth probably a lot of the time, meeting fans, talking with people, and he becomes like another person like Funmaker Mike that's connected to the community, right? Like
an ambassador.
Funmaker Mike is out there to connect with the community, talk with people, have fun. Tristan's out there to connect with the community, have fun, shares the content. He shares a lot with those, and also, that they're going to get the exposure they want from that, and I think it's great. Hopefully, that marketing team that is there, that's behind the scenes, is doing it, and looking at how they can do it with other content creators and other people. And I saw that when they did Pop Yourself, it's funny, I don't think they did it with anyone that's actually in the Funko community. All the people they connected were outside the Funko community, which is fine too, because truthfully, the Funko community is one place to connect with. But if you can connect with people love to make things of themselves as well too, as gifts or whatever. Like, oh, I know my cousin John likes Funko Pop, so I'm gonna send him a pop of himself for his birthday. Like, I'm gonna make him one and send it to him and make something. So they have to also reach out to like people that are. I think that's a good thing too. If they start reaching out to people that fit those demographics, like how about the person that is the Star Wars channel that talks about, like, have some great stuff to share with them, what's happening, what's going on, like I think hopefully they start doing that and reaching out to more influencers and more people in the community.
If they're not going to do it in-house, they should do it exactly that way. I mean, it's it's up to them the way they want to do it. They should do something. It was good to see him, I feel like, move in the right direction, and I think that's exactly what they should do, is because I don't think they have the commitment as of right now to bringing that in-house. I mean, they've moved away from that pretty much completely. I
think it's actually easier not to have that, because they already kind of have their evangelist person. I like to call them evangelists, when their company has someone that goes out and talks about the company, kind of promotes the company. And it's Funmaker Mike. He is that evangelist person for them. That is kind of his job. And I think that's great. Then you utilize content creators, influencers, people like that to be able to sell your brand at all different levels. Like, there might be just that person that, oh, this person likes Stranger Things. Let's send them over a couple Stranger Things pops that are from the new line to talk about. They're excited to talk about it. They show it on their channel, and they have maybe a different audience that you'll never connect with too. So it's kind of like those small things that really doesn't cost Funko that much, or time wise and things like that, even if it's not a paid thing for them, for everyone that's a content creator. I think it's a great way to have that ability to connect with people. I'm always surprised they never had a Funko affiliate program or something on their website, like a Funko ambassador program where people are talking about things. Use my code, I get like
Yeah, I don't feel like
5%
they've
back or
done. I
something.
mean, it was nice to see them do the rewards this last year. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like they missed the boat on a lot of the different things, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We're gonna see. You know, some moves in the right direction. Then we talked about some stuff tonight that was maybe not in the right direction, maybe in the opposite of the right direction. But I think it is part. You know, I know a couple people have said it. They're moving a freighter. They're not moving a dinghy. Like,
a lot of
you know, a
stuff has been
small
in
little
work
boat.
for many years.
Yeah, like
And
it's going to take some time to turn things around a little bit.
And I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't think there's that much that, you know, like, I don't think it would take that much, honestly. Like, I think that
I don't think so
it's
either.
a
I think
couple,
they
it's a
still
couple
have
big
that
decisions at
foundation
the
there.
top.
They're good.
Yeah, Paul just said it. Funko's basic foundation is still strong as long as they have their licenses and creative talent. It's just a matter of refocusing on better innovation and making good business decisions. Yeah, 100%. I mean,
People still love the great stuff that they put out.
yeah,
They don't love the not great stuff that they put out. Unfortunately, they put out a lot of not great stuff along with the amazing stuff.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like you put out 10 good items, or, you know, you put out 9 good items, and then there's one bad item. And that's not the case right now, but I'm saying hypothetically,
right.
you know, I feel like just the way the community is, that one bad item will be equal to the amount of like hype and talk as those like 9 good items. You know, the Funko does make a lot of really awesome stuff. And perfect example is, and I'm still shocked. I really am. I know everybody else maybe isn't, but the X-Men cooler, man, is just one of the best soda products in general that they've come out with ever. And I'm surprised that it isn't sold out yet, but that just means that the soda community is not as big. Maybe pockets aren't as deep for that $100 or $90 price tag, or people just don't want coolers. Maybe they just want the individual sodas. Maybe they don't want to buy Wolverine with 5 other characters. They just want to buy Wolverine. So that's for Funko to figure out how to continue moving forward. I like the coolers. I hope they don't stop making the coolers, because I think it's a great opportunity to get 6 characters from the same franchise plus a cool little Loungefly bag that I'll probably never use for a lunch or anything. But it's fun to have, you know. Price point is fantastic. I guess it's time. I guess the coolers shouldn't be more than 5,000 pieces.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they shouldn't. I think even the sodas, I think they're going to have to pull back on some of the numbers.
And that's fine. You know what? Because if you pull
totally
back,
is fine.
If you pull back and then you still have your core audience of collectors who's like, yeah, that soda's awesome, I need that, looking for that chase, you know, super hyped to get that exclusive, those people are going to be even more excited. And then what's going to happen is, like, as more people come into the community year over year, then there's going to be that demand again. And then they can go, okay, we can start making sodas that were 4,000 and 5,000 pieces to now 8 and 10 or 10, 15. Like, as long, you know, they can satisfy that demand when the demand is there. And I think the demand was there when sodas were really starting to take off, like middle of 2021. But I think they've cooled off a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everything ebb and flows. It's not like they're going to put out, and this goes with any company. They're not going to put out, any company can't put out a product and expect to sell out X number of units every single time. That's just not realistic. You know, with everything else going on in the world, it's just not going to happen. So you have to.
I think they'll learn. They've had too much. They obviously know that they've made too much product. I mean, when the warehouse is busting at the seams, and you know, they know this. And it's now. Hopefully they start to do stuff about that. Start making those changes, and we're going to see some positive news as we wind out the end of 2023.
And they definitely need to step up their game as far as the international collectors. So I did see all the
ship
comments.
to Canada. Let's do this.
I thought it was
Come on,
hilarious. People were like, how did Tristan get all the NYCC exclusives if they don't ship to Canada? Without a doubt, they probably did ship it to his New York PO box, which is probably really sad, but he doesn't live that far away from the border. But yeah, they need to ship to the UK. Like, they need to ship all over the world.
They're a huge business. This is stuff that they should be able to figure out.
But back to what Josh said about being a startup. If Whatnot can figure it out, and Whatnot has been around for way fewer years than Funko has. If Whatnot can figure it out in 3 years, how to ship to, I think last I saw was like 27 different countries that Whatnot ships now to. It's freaking crazy. If Whatnot can figure it out, and there's other platforms and other apps and websites that ship to many countries around the world, there is no reason why Funko, a company that's been around for a long time, 25 years, celebrating 25 years, you need to ship to Canada. Like, come on. It's time. Can we get somebody who can figure that out? Like, come on. Slap a Maple Leaf stamp on the box and let's get it up there.
2024. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah. They deserve their pop day.
Guys, with that being said, we're starting to get close to it here. Do we want to go around the horn here?
Let's do it.
Josh.
So, we'll see. We got Soda Saturday coming up, of course. I don't know. I haven't decided because if my X-Men coolers come in tomorrow, we might record that one for Soda Saturday this week and keep our Stranger Things for another week. I don't know.
Oh, do that.
Yeah.
Open them if they come in to have some fun with the X-Men coolers. And then next week, we do have another mystery box battle for Shannon and I, and then a couple other things going on, some unboxing stuff and things like that. And then we have also auction next week. I'll have a lot of stuff up for like buy it now, and then some stuff for auction. Plus, we still have only 18 boxes left from our mystery box battle from Wednesday night, last night. There's still 2 top $100 hits in there. So if you want a $25 mystery box with pretty much a 1 in 9 chance at $100,
I don't know. I'm feeling lucky, Josh.
You might want to go over there and grab a box, because we'll open those live on that day. We had half the boxes left. We were kind of done selling them that night, and I was like, all right, I'll just move them over. So go ahead, and if you want some luck at grabbing one of those, definitely do that. I appreciate everyone that came out and hung out with us last night. And then we have, of course, just some fun stuff coming up. So either it's going to be X-Men if they come in tomorrow, probably for Soda Saturday, or Stranger Things Soda Saturday. So we'll find out.
Nice. So I like this comment so much. John, when you get a new house, you can use it to use your double garage as the Canada fulfillment center. We will 1000% do that. If Funko is not shipping to Canada by the time we move, we will start fulfilling orders, and we'll come up with a system and everything. We obviously ship through Whatnot.
Joanna, are you within earshot? Did you hear what he just said?
For a small
please
for
shut his mic off.
We will get your items from the Funko shop up to you in Canada.
John said he's going to be your reshipper, Jamberdardy.
No, but actually, speaking of that, if you guys want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff that happens, with us and everything, we did drop a vlog today. Just kind of recapped the last week and a half of all the craziness that goes on behind the camera, off camera. So it was a lot of fun. There was quite a few points where Joanna and I were just dying laughing. There is a couple clips of her in a Grinch outfit. It just you have to go check out the video. Especially, I know there's a lot of people who always ask about Alex. Alex did make an appearance in several different clips in today's video. So if you want to go see the craziness that happens with us, when we're not doing our basic unboxing videos and all that stuff, definitely go check it out. But we'll be doing a box battle for Saturday. And then I'm going to need some people to say a prayer for me in October, because I don't know. My work schedule is just unbelievably insane. So I don't know how I'm going to get through it, but we're going to have New York Comic Con smack dab in between all the craziness. But yeah. We're also doing a live stream this Saturday night. So
good job, Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna just reminded me. So thank you, Joanna. Yeah, we're doing a live stream this Saturday night. So we haven't done one on YouTube in a couple weeks, also because of my crazy work schedule. But if you guys aren't doing anything, come over and hang out Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern.
No, it's not if you guys aren't doing anything. It's the big live stream where we're going to announce the thing.
Oh, yes. You should come out. You should come out, because a couple big announcements. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate you. All right, I'm good, Vince. Before I get in any more trouble.
Jen, sure, you sound like me tonight. I don't know what happened to you, but you're pulling events. Is what
It's
you're
been a
doing
week.
right
It's,
now.
it's,
I think it's the
Been
mustache.
a week. Oh, yeah, I need the mustache to get out of here. So.
Okay, yeah, go Lions is what I'm gonna say to start my little roundup here. I love these guys. Anyway, so crap. Now I'm talking crap about you. Now I forgot everything.
Yeah. Now you're in the hot seat. It's not as easy as you think. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Thank you guys all for coming out here. We got an amazing week of stuff for you guys. We're going to have a video on Saturday that we haven't filmed yet, but I know it's going to be amazing. I have a feeling that it will be amazing.
Yeah.
Sunday, we have our family live. Guys, come over on Sunday night. Bree puts an amazing trivia together, and we have a blast playing that trivia game with you guys. We do giveaways. We have Patreon giveaways. We got viewer giveaways. We got all kinds of stuff. We have a blast and fun, and I can't think of any more adjectives to add on to that. I don't even know if fun is an adjective, but regardless, we will have that on Saturday. We'll have that on Sunday. We got videos next week, and we will be back here on Josh's channel next week, Thursday night, for another amazing time. Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry for not doing the best tonight. I was very distracted for a lot of different reasons, but thank you guys for coming out tonight. We will see you guys next week and see you on the videos this week as well. Night, everyone.